Oi, what's happening? Welcome to Come On You Reds Football Podcast. I'm Den, your host. Coming in, guys, introduce yourself.
I'm Vicky.
I'm Jaden.
Ralph. Guys, welcome to the live. So I have Vic's joining me, Callum joining me, Ross, Millwall fan, absolute lovely geezer.
Of course.
Jack, Charlton through and through, and Ralph through and through. So guys, we're going to be discussing tonight topic about Charlton v Sheffield United at the weekend. I'm going to start with you, Vix. What did you think of the game?
I thought it was, if I'm going to be totally honest, thought it was quite boring, to be fair. The red cards were savage, but, it's what it is. But, it was just a boring game, I think, because obviously we went down against 9 men. We could have scored a lot more. I'd say probably 2 or 3.
Yeah, the thing is, one of them games, let's be honest, Sheffield United all over us, they were just literally pumping us.
Yeah, they were, yeah.
If it weren't for the red cards, I do believe the result would have been different. I do believe Sheffield United would have got the 3 points. But yeah, that's my opinion. Jack, what's your thoughts on the Charlton-Sheffield United game the weekend?
Well, unfortunately, I had to watch the highlights, but I've seen the extended version. It seemed like the first half, they were all over us, and Kaminsky kept us in the game big time. But I know me and you slate him sometimes, saying he's a bit of a 50-50 goalkeeper. You never know what you're going to get. But I'll tell you what, he earned his stripes that day because he kept us in that game all the way through that first half. But the shots they had, just how they were pressing, how sharp they were, it looked like Southampton all over again. So he kept us in, and just the brutal tackles in the second half were just... I hope they get like 10 match bans because it was just brutal. Like, I don't know what Wilder was thinking. Like, I just can't get my head around it.
Yeah, Jack, I agree with you, mate. I think it's Wilder all over, though, isn't it? He's told his players to go out there and put it on them. And the thing is, just about putting it on them and being silly at the same time. Disgusting. There's no room for that in football. I ain't got a clue how long Arvin Nibs is out for. And then it don't surprise me, but the other guy, is it Tanganga? Their centre back, elbow, only care in the head. Yet again, there's no room for that in football. And I can see some of the comments here. It weren't a red card. See, listen. So my reply to that is, what game were you watching? Because
I was literally about to say from the highlights, I don't think it's a red.
Ross, what game you watching, mate?
From the highlights, I do not.
Clearly, man, the right one.
Fucking hell, mate. Honestly, come on, mate. Like, I know you're Millwall, and listen, you've been an honest, realistic Millwall fan since I've known you, but you've got to say that's a red card, mate. I mean, anyone.
Which one, Ross? Which one did you think wasn't a red?
The first one, he said.
The sending off.
Well, there was 2.
Tanganga's.
Oh, the super bad into the head.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, if you adds on like elbows, punches, you're straight red. Like, I don't know how to get away with it.
I saw from the highlights. I don't know. There's.
Yeah, if you watch it back, you'll see what we mean. Like, I watch the highlights, and it kind of scoops over it.
Listen, people are going to have their own opinion on it, and me personally, I thought they're both reds. I thought they both deserved the walk. But it reminded me of the old Duncan Ferguson back in the day when he used to give the old defenders a good elbow. That's what it was like. In this day and age, you can't do it.
No.
But yeah, if VAR was involved there, they definitely would have obviously sent them off as well. But yeah, it is what it is. We move on. Callum, what did you think of the Charlton-Sheffield United game?
Yeah, I think I agree with you. Lot. I think both of them were definitely lads. And like Vic said, maybe we could have scored more. Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair though, Callum, we weren't really in the game, was we, the first half?
We weren't really. We weren't that close to Vince, we kept us in the game.
Yeah, I think Sheffield United obviously would have gone on and won the game 3-0. They were all over us. I don't even think Charlton had a shot, let alone a shot on target. It was a poor start from us, but I've said this earlier as well before that and Jack said it as well, and a few other people and Charlton fans, that we seem to be a second half team at the minute. and you can't do that in the Championship. You've got to be ruthless. You've got to be front-footed and obviously ready to go, you know. But listen, it is what it is. We move on. Ross, you there?
I am.
How you doing? You all right? Listen,
Not
so
too
yeah,
bad.
what's your thoughts on the Watford game?
To be honest, we controlled the game, and it's 2-2 for Coburn now. Aziz again, and I mean, we did say before the game, I said 2-0 in the group chat, and obviously you was right against us. I believe you said 2-1 to Watford.
Yeah, to be fair, mate, I thought Watford at home in form, yeah, and obviously where they are and the run of form they've been in, I thought they would have edged the game 2-1. But listen, fair play, Millwall. You know, you played well, you turned up, you got the 3 points, and listen, that's a massive 3 points for you, you know. Ross, you there, mate? What is going on here? People, I apologise about Ross. I think he's working as well. He does he's a lift engineer. He might be stuck in a lift or so.
You've got technical difficulties.
He's having technical issues, apparently. I'm just going to catch up on some of these. Big up, Den. How you doing, mate? Hope you're well, geezer. 5-match ban, if I'm honest. Yeah, listen. I mean, it's got to be something like that, you know? It has got to be something like that. Mate, Millwall, fuck them all. Mate, you make me laugh. Hope you're well, though, geezer. How do we get involved? So basically, click the link and then I can get you in that way. But guys, going back to the actual football podcast, Callum, what's your thoughts on tomorrow's night game, Charlton v Derby?
To be honest, it'd be an interesting game because obviously it's not easy against Derby, in my opinion. You know, Derby's a good team. So yeah, but I'll take a point against them, to be honest.
That's fair enough, mate.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion and all that, but if I take a point at Derby at the Valley, considering we need 3 points, I would be an happy Charlton fan. So I'm expecting 3 points tomorrow. I'm expecting Godden to be back. And I do believe when Godden's back, he's the missing piece in the jigsaw. But listen, we're all different, you know. All Charlton fans are going to have their opinions. So, Bix, I'll pick up on you. I mean, Callum, he'll be happy with a point. Would you be happy with a point at the Valley against Derby?
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. You know, Derby are doing quite well this season. You know, they are sort of mid-table. But yeah, as long as, you know, we get those crucial 3 points, I mean, I'd love to see Charlton win tomorrow. Absolutely. But if we come away with a point, you know, it's a crucial point. So, you know, yeah, I'm happy with it, to be fair.
Yes, there's a point on the board, but me personally, I'd like all 3 points. If it was at Derby,
Yeah.
it'd be a fish. I'd accept the draw. You know, going to Pride Park is a tough fixture. But being at home with key players back from injury, I expect Nathan Jones and the boys to be up for it, and we get it over the line and win 2-1 and get the 3 points.
I think now we've got, you know, Matty Godden back. You know, hopefully Josh Edwards is back. You know, so yeah, and you know, like you said, the key players and stuff. I'm hoping, yeah, for 3 points tomorrow. But you know, Matty Godden, late winner, yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Yeah, it'd be lovely to see him back. You know, back from a long injury and back there, and obviously doing what he does best. You know, but listen, we know it's part and parcel of football. We know injuries and that, but I'm not just saying it. I'm not making excuses. I'm a realistic Charlton fan. I feel like we're going to get pumped week in, week out. You put your hands up and take on the chin. But I do think we've got enough to beat Derby tomorrow. Jack, what's your thoughts on the game tomorrow, Charlton Derby?
Honestly, I'll go with the other guys and say happy with a point. But we do always produce a bit of magic at the Valley, as we've seen with Coventry and big teams like that. So it ain't like, oh, they're just absolutely going to turn us over. I don't think that's the case. I think when teams come to the Valley, there's something that happens. I can't explain what it is, but something happens and we go up the gears and manage to put it on the big teams. So I don't know. Honestly, I'll be happy with a point, but it could go the other way and we could smash them. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, Jack. You just never know what Charlton are going to turn up, you know. I mean, be honest, mate, as we all know, that's the Charlton way. I mean, I'm going back years when we used to do well and turn up against the big boys, the big clubs, and it's Charlton's way to do absolute pony against the little clubs, you know. That's just Charlton's way, you know. So,
Yeah, it's just a weird rhythm we got at the moment. And like you say, that we don't know exactly how many players are coming back. There's like rumours of Edwards. Godden came on for a few seconds at the end. Like, if they are coming back, it seems like he's going to start drip feeding them back. It doesn't seem like he's going to put them in for a full 90 minutes. So it's hard to tell. With a few new faces as well, it's hard to tell what we can produce at the Valley. But usually we get a bit of magic, like I say.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a lucky bag with Charlton at the minute. You said you just don't know what you're going to get, what Charlton are going to turn up. But, I mean, even without Edwards and a couple of other key players back, you know, I do believe we got enough quality and depth to get it over the line against Derby, especially being at home. The Valley will be packed. It'll be absolutely rocking. And let's have it right. If Godden does start and score, the cover then to be, obviously, the roof will be off. I'm telling you. But I just want to say, will Charlton beat Derby? In all honesty, mate, as to saying, because it's at the Valley, I do believe we win. And yeah, it'll be a tight game, but I'm going to go 2-1 Charlton. And then if Godden does start, I'm going to go Godden and Kerry with goals.
The only thing that threw me off is I just see that Derby beat Preston, and Preston are no mugs, you know, like they're a decent, solid playoff team. So if they got a result against them, I think we might have our work cut out with them.
The thing is, though, Jack, you say that, and yeah, they are, but Preston are a bit hit and miss this season, you know, but they are doing well. They're a good footballing side, and obviously where they are in the league, then fair play. But I just feel like after the fixture at Derby, I thought we was all over him in the second half, you know, and I think Derby were lucky to walk away with a point. So I think the boys will be up for it, especially after getting 3 points against Sheffield United, which was a 6-pointer. You know, Nathan Jones is going to go in there. He weren't happy with the Sheffield United fixture, the way we started the game, approached the game. So I feel like he's going to say, look, boys, we need to up the ante here. You know, we can't be a second-half team, like I said before, and on the other videos and lives and all that. It's you've got to be front-footed. You've got to be at it from the off and get right stuck in, you know, and stop this long ball. I mean, I don't know if you Charlton fans agree with me, but this long ball, especially when Macca plays, and we all love Macca, but he pings this ball right up top of Leeburn, and it just goes to their goalkeeper, you know, and we lose possession. Let's control possession. Let's control the game, move the ball, get it out on the flanks, bring players into the game, and go from there. Play our football, because when the ball's on the floor, that's when Charlton get going and play our best football. Do you agree there, Vic?
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, I mean, we showed that against, you know, Sheffield United on Saturday when the ball was on the floor. That's it, whole different ball game. But like you said, when it's up in the air, it's just rubbish. To be fair,
I mean, it's just not the Charlton way, you know. But
no,
like I said, if it's on the floor, that's when Charlton are at their best. But I do get it to a certain extent. You've got a big man up top, but I mean, I'm not criticising Leeburn. League One, he was brilliant, but the Championship, he ain't really done it. But I've got to say, the last few games, he's put in the work, he's put in his shifts, and he looks a totally different player. But the only thing that I worry about with him is he's not consistent enough, you know, and this is why we need Godden back. Do you agree, Jay?
Yeah, we'll see that.
Overstepping there.
I don't know. I just think it's like catch-22 with Leeburn. It's when Leeburn plays, we all roll our eyes when we see the starting lineup, and we know it's going to be the long ball. Like, we know that's how they're going to start playing, because Leeburn's there to catch the long balls. But the problem is it makes Leeburn look bad because he's put in a position where all he's got to do is try and header a ball when he's surrounded by defenders and nobody's running onto the ball. So it's, like I say, it's catch-22. It makes Leeburn look bad at times, and the football looks bad. Like, we ain't got no build-up play, and it's just that League One style of football where it's just being pumped in the air, and then you might get a lucky bounce, you might not. And it's just not really the way you're playing football in the Championship. As you said, like, it needs to be sharper. You look at these teams like Southampton, Ipswich, you look at their build-up play, Borough, their build-up play on the weekends, just like head and shoulders above ours. Like, we need to start doing these first touches.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I think we said it a couple of weeks ago. when I think Borough are the best team I've seen down the valley this season from that defensive transition. And the way they'd sacking their numbers, they work for one another on and off the ball, in and out of possession. They control the game, but they hit you. And it's frightening the way they attack. They've got the quality, they've got the depth, and they've got players that can hurt you just like that. But this is what Charlton have got to do. They've got to be a bit sharp with the ball. Crisp passing, get the balls out in the flank and get the balls in the old box. But saying that, these strikers ain't gambling either. And I've noticed that with Liban quite a lot. And if you're a striker, you have to gamble, you know?
Yeah, I think that's why Liban gets a bad rap as well. It's also like the body language and everything else with it. It's just like fans thinking, oh, he can't be bothered, or he's just mentally drained from just doing the same thing over and over again, and it ain't working.
Yeah, no, I agree, Jack. And also, don't forget these players are young, you know, and we keep forgetting that, including myself. There's a lot of pressure on their shoulders, you know, and obviously, as we know, Cole Liban, Charlton legend, Miles is trying to live up to his expectations. So it is a lot of pressure for the boy, you know. Fix, do you agree with me and Jack, or do you feel like Liban needs to step up, have a bit more about him?
Charlton fans are probably going to hate me, so I do apologise. Well, I don't know. I do believe Liban could, step up, you know, and do a bit more. You know, there are times where, you know, he is lazy on the ball. And like when he does get headers, he doesn't really do much with them. He'll either miss them or, you know, and you just sit there and just think, oh my God, you know. But obviously, I'm not going to say too much because obviously he's young, you know, so he is still learning, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so no, totally.
So, yeah.
He's a big old unit, you know, and he should be winning a lot more headers than obviously.
Yeah, I love the guy, but just I think his style of football at the moment, I'm not a big fan of Liban's football, I'm afraid.
No, I appreciate your feedback, Vix. Callum, what's your thoughts on Liban this season?
I think he's on the right. Like as we kept saying, you know, he's quite lazy, isn't he, on the ball, really.
Yeah, we just want a bit more for him, you know. The geezers, he has got it in the locker, you know. He's done it in League One, and I know it's a big level, a big step up. But Championship football, totally different level, you know. Obviously, we've got to get up with the pace. We're still a new team. We're still learning. But I just feel like Liban has got it. He just needs to start showing it, you know. Yeah, but I do believe that long-term injury has sort of played a part, if I'm honest. You know, he's still finding his feet. Listen, I mean, we could be all night talking about Liban, but there's always going to be different opinions and stuff like that. Ralph, what do you think of Liban? Obviously, I've gave my advice, Fix, Jack and Callum. What's your thoughts on Liban this season?
So, my thoughts on Liban this season is that he's... The thing is, with Liban, the ball is better on the floor with him. That's what Jones doesn't realise. But then, if you play him alongside Dykes, who is in the same sort of height and shape as Liban, and a bit more older, he might actually learn.
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. I agree with you, Ralph. You know, as I said, it's going to take time for Liban, but it's good to see Kelman out there back fit. Goddard's obviously he's back in the squad now, and hopefully he can start tomorrow. And if Liban, like Jack said, perhaps Liban playing too much, play too many games. He's only young, you know. He might be feeling the pressure. So, perhaps it'd do good to have a couple of games on the bench and regroup and go again. You know. So we talked about Charlton Sheffield United. We've talked about the Charlton derby. Where, in honesty, I'm going to start with Vix here. In honesty, Vix, where can you see Charlton finishing and why?
I'm a positive Charlton fan, you know. I've been supporting Charlton for many, many years, you know, and so I'm going to go with, we're going to finish maybe 12th.
Listen, I think if we finish 12th, all Charlton fans will be happy. I've said it before, this season's back to the rival.
No, I think we've got a good chance, you know, and people were saying, you know, oh, Nathan Jones this, Nathan Jones that. It's like, you're forgetting something. You're forgetting one major thing here. Is that,
but we're going to get haters, isn't we? Everyone
yeah,
hates
good
Nathan
one.
Jones. He
I
absolutely
don't.
loved the
I love
geezer.
him.
Welsh genius, as we call him.
Yeah.
You know, so.
But so I reckon, yeah, so I reckon maybe 11th, 12th.
Yeah, I'll take that all day. I said this season's about survival and staying up. So if even if we finish, you know, 18th, I'll take it all day long.
I'm feeling positive.
It's hard to predict. Like you say, Charlton's like a box of chocolates because you never know what you're going to get. And I think that it's just going to be one thing after another with either injuries, starting lineups, who we're playing. Honestly, I think we're going to finish where we are at the moment, and I'll be happy with that, considering we're newly promoted with the budget we got, injury crisis. I'll take that all day long in our first season in the Championship. But yeah, I can't. I'd like to be optimistic and say 12th, 11th, 10th. We might just go on a mad run, but like you say, you never know what you're going to get. And I just think we're kind of at the level we are now. Like, we're gonna have some stinkers and we'll get some shock wins as well. But we're not gonna be. I don't think we're gonna go on a mad run with what we got at the moment, unfortunately.
Yeah, but as I said, Jack, I obviously appreciate your opinion there. But obviously with Charlton, as you said, you just don't know what Charlton are going to turn up. So we could be sitting here all night saying where we're going to finish. I just wanted to put it out there just to get people's opinions and views. But yeah, listen, he literally said that you don't know what Charlton are going to turn up. But if key players come back from injury and stay injury free, I feel like we've got quality depth. We've Godden in the side. I feel like we could finish top 10. I do believe that. People probably think I'm deluded. But look at the start of the season. Listen, we were sick, weren't we? You know, so I'm not saying we're going to get playoffs because that'd be absolutely deluded. But I'd take 10th. I'd take anywhere as long as we survive this division. And then that's the mission completed, you know. But I do believe we'll finish 10th. What's that? Brilliant, Jack, with the Forrest Gump reference. Love that. Yeah, that was absolutely good.
I thought you liked that one.
Watch some poor sides this season. You're up there, dog. All right, okay, Callum. So how come you're saying we're a poor side? But bear in mind, we're a new team, just been promoted into the Championship. You know, honestly, mate, it doesn't make no sense, but everyone's entitled to their opinion and comment. But if you'd like to liberate on that in the comments, mate, that'd be appreciated.
So,
yeah, but apparently we're basically a pony team. He's basically saying. I'm a bit confused.
Okay. He's got his opinion. So yeah, I'm not commenting on that one. To be fair.
So, you know, I said everyone have their opinions, but
yeah, I'm keeping it.
It is.
PG.
So part and parcel of football, you know. So yeah, where's no Ross? Ross is gone.
Yes.
Alan, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's your thoughts on the Millwall game, mate? Away at the Den. Bear in mind, Millwall absolute flying this season. I hate to say
it. Do you know what? It's not going to be an easy game, is it, really? It's going to be a tough one, I think, for us, because obviously, like you just said, Millwall were throwing really well, aren't they, in the Championship? So, but as much as I would love to win, I'll be happy with a point against Millwall again.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, with Millwall Charlton games, especially at the Den, it's always one of them tight, scrappy games, and I hate to admit it, it probably will finish a 1-0. It'll be a boring draw. But listen, it'll be a massive point, especially the way Millwall are playing this season. I mean, it'd be lovely to get all 3 points, and then they can stop singing that song. We've not been beaten since 1996, but listen, it's a massive way to do it. But if we turn up in our numbers and a strong 11, anything's possible, you know.
Yeah, of course.
How hard out of 10 would the game be? What the Millwall game? I take it you're talking about, mate. If you're talking about the Millwall, I say about an 8 out of 10.
what I'd like to say about the Millwall game is that we have history with one of their players. Whenever we used to go to Reading, he scored against us, and that was away. I'm being realistic here. I would literally take your hand off right now for a point.
I mean, any Charlton fan would.
Yeah.
Ralph.
Yeah.
Any Charlton fan would. You go to the Den, especially. Listen, as much as we hate them, we want to beat them and all that. End of the day, like where they are in the league, if we took a point away at the Den, that'd be massive for us. You know, but that'd feel like a loss to Millwall. You know, and I know a lot of my pals are Millwall fans, and they've even said it's going to be a tight, scrappy, boring game. It always is. Charlton, Millwall, Charlton, whichever way you want to put it, it's going to finish a draw. You know.
I reckon it will be.
I think
the game that Callum was on about. What game was Callum on about?
The Millwall one.
Wasn't that when we played Millwall at home? Beginning of the season, I think.
Think so.
No, there's a comment in here saying how hard out of 10 would the game be? So I said it'd be about Millwall away, the form they're in. I said it'd be about an 8 out of 10. It will be a tough, scrappy game. You know, I mean, there's no other way looking around it. But yeah, so yeah, that's my thoughts on Millwall, Charlton. I feel like it's going to be, as I said, scrappy 1-1. But yes, what's your predictions in? Obviously, we spoke about the game, but what's your actual predictions?
0-0.
You going 0-0?
Yeah.
Take it all day. Vic, what are you saying?
I don't know. I'm quite optimistic, quite positive, but I was going to go for a win. You know, and hopefully finally turn them over. But yeah, on second thoughts, I'll go with a 1-1 draw. After last time.
That's a more realistic result, though. Jack, what's your final prediction on Millwall Charlton?
Oh, I've ebbed and flowed on this for like so long. I've thought positively and thinking like mentality wise, we've got the needle for revenge for what happened at the Valley. Kind of like they hung on and we were the ones that lost the game. But then I think you look at the former Millwall now and the former Charlton, it's probably the other way. So I just think it's got a draw written all over it. Like you say, I'm going to say 1-1.
That's the thing. Like we've all said it. Like we can be all night discussing, obviously, the result at Millwall, but I do believe it's going to be one of them horrible type scrappy games. Wouldn't be surprised me if there's another sending off in it. I mean,
but that'll be Ramsey.
Well, let's hope it ain't Ramsey. He's one of our best players out there, you know. But I think what happened at the Valley last time, it's just a rush of the blood to the head. One of them crazy decisions, and I'm sure he's been beating himself up since obviously he's done it. He want to get out there and make amends.
Yeah,
that's it. That's what I mean. Is the mentality.
Yeah.
Imagine that 0-0, 94th minute, Ramsey scores.
Oh my goodness, I would, yeah.
What's the moment that would be for Ramsey?
You just said Vic into overdrive.
You know, it will absolutely go off at the Den.
Yeah, well.
That. No.
Yeah.
I would literally scream the place down. Literally, I'd be so proud of him, though.
Yeah, no, exactly, Vic. You would be proud of him. Charlton's like a box of chocolates. Everyone's always leaves the banties. Right, okay, mate. Yeah, no worries. He's a Wolf fan, I take it.
I like bounties, so won't believe in them.
Yeah.
Yes, me too.
They're my
bounty, yeah, we love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was saying, so that's all the fixtures discussed. Obviously, we were going to discuss more fixtures. But the people that are meant to be joining tonight are working due to work commitments, so they won't be joining us. So guys, yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Short and sweet tonight. As I said, more fans are meant to be joining us. We've discussed a few topics, but next week and onwards, the lives will be a bit longer and more fans will be joining. So guys, appreciate every single one of you, you know. Going to leave it there and
thank you.
In a bit.
Thank you for having us.
Cheers, Dan.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Take it easy.
Bye.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Mate. See you soon. Bye bye.